It's a very beautiful Sunday evening, and we're live here on CRBC TV Calabar. This is Weekend Politics, and my name is Joseph Ian. Now, on Weekend Politics, we give you everything that you should know about politics, the views, opinions. But trust me, it's always top-notch from now till about 8 p.m. I'd like to also inform you that we have so many guests lined up for the show tonight. So we'll do our very best to ensure that we bring them up for them to give us what they want to tell us. First on my list here is already seated beside me is the Chief Press Secretary to His Excellency the Governor, Comrade Nsagir. Comrade, so good to have you. Good evening.
Thank you. Good evening. Good evening, viewers.
Welcome to Weekend Politics.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Okay, so on Thursday, across the nation, we had second year anniversary for Mr. President, and for some states that had their elections in 2023. Now, Cross River was not left out. We had so much celebrations, commissionings, and all of that. So I'd like you to talk to us about how it was in Calabar here on Thursday, 29th of May.
Yeah, thank you first of all for having me here, and good evening again, viewers. It's been a very good experience, and Crossriverians can all attest to it from what we were able to put up, what the governor has achieved so far within these 2 years. I mean, he has given confidence, to the general public and to Crossriverians that yes, they made a good choice about who their governor should be, and the governor has not failed in any way. Like he put it himself. In fact, to be quite modest, he just said, look, I think so far we have achieved about 60% of the campaign promises that we made, and that is just a fact. Because if you want to take it from sector by sector, be it from security, which is like paramount, like that, security and welfare. Constitutionally, you see that the welfare and security of citizens come topmost. So if you want to take from security, you will see, you will accept that the fact that the governor has done quite well. He holds regular State Security Council meeting, and if you go the relationship between the government and the security the structure in the state, the services in the state, you go to each of those service headquarters, police command, the army, the DSS, the navy, even up to the road safety commission. You go to their secretariat, you see that the whole premises, have taken a facelift. He had to make it a deliberate policy to touch them that season of sweetness, get across to the security operatives in the state, their secretariat. You see that they've given them a facelift in the whole secretariat. The internal roads all are tarred. It's a way of relating and giving confidence to them that, look, this government is serious. As I have given you this, we need you to give us back, by making sure you put in their best for us. Because if the state governor can put in the best for the security structure on formations in the state, I don't think they will have anything against the government. So that has been done, if you want to look at it from that angle. And the structure that we inherited was beefed up, and then we now have what we call Operation Okwok, the Joint Command Operation, and they are doing quite well. The challenges that we had at the initial stage, where you have people staying in Akpabuyo, in Bakassi, investment running out of those areas, you get back there, it's a different story, and you get down to other areas, agriculture, the civil service structure. For many years decades, about 2 decades, so to say, more than that. I think we've not had employment in the state civil service, but he came and lifted the embargo and then ensured that employment was done in the state. So he has done so much in all the sector. If you want to take it one by one, in education, we've paid the examination fees for 2 sessions. For the past 2 years, we've paid examination fees for senior secondary school students, WAEC candidates, and we had about 16,000 the first year, almost the same number the second year, and we've spent almost $500 million, to get across to those sector and make them feel that season of sweetness. So the governor has been quite intentional to ensure that he achieves on all the promises. You go to agric, the first thing we did and a major one at that, is that we ensured that there was soil mapping of the state. And what's the gains of this? When you have that soil mapping, we are able to have that fertility test, so to say, to be able to understand how each soil, can produce. Okay. So if you are, as we speak, if you are an investor, you can sit in Lagos, Abuja, outside the country, and then interact with any of the top government officials, and then you maybe agree that you want to farm in Akampa or in Biase or in Bekwara, and then they would ask you, okay, maybe log on to the site and then check the area and check if you are what is the kind of crop that you want to get into.
Can grow there.
If you can grow there, and then the landed area and all of that. So you can, at a punch of button, stay outside and get facts for yourself, and then come in to do your business. Okay. A lot of reforms in the system. Okay. Even getting C of O now, you can get it as the process has been digitalized.
Absolutely. Let me quickly come in there, CBS, because as you know that one of our guests on the show tonight is the DG, of Cross River Geographic Information, and quite a lot is going on in the state. But let me, because there are a lot to talk about the government of Prince Otu in the last 2 years. But let me quickly jump in there and find out when His Excellency came on board on the 29th, 2 years ago. Yes. He said he was going to consolidate on the gains of past administrations. Exactly. So 2 years on now, can you tell us what have you seen as the parameters that he has actually consolidated on the gains of past administrations?
Yes, a lot, and he lives by his promises. Let's take, for instance, the idea of the Bakassi deep sea port. The vision was brought up by former Governor Ben Ayade. He drove it to a point, but now came Governor Bassey Otu. He now looked at what was on the table and saw that a lot of money had been spent on it. So do we follow it or do we abandon it? He saw that there was a lot of prospect in it, and he went for it. And so far, there've been a lot of push to bring in stakeholders to do the needful in order to bring it to reality. As we speak, we were just rounding up the survey, the Joe survey of the deep sea port, and very soon the next level of construction is going to get beyond, because we are already in partnership with Afrexim Bank, and Afrexim Bank has ensured that they bring in an investment of about $3.5 billion, for investment in that project. So this is one of them. There are other companies that have been inherited, concession to different companies on different interests. The garment factory, the Kalachika, the pharmaceuticals. at least to mention that three, for instance.
Yeah.
Those three, if you go there this is evening and Sunday, but let's take it on tomorrow morning. Get there, you will see that a lot of changes is coming in to that place, because the concessionaires, the state government has ensured that the new interests that have that took over the place, they do what they are supposed to do, because the investment of the state was put into that place, and we need it to function for the people to benefit. So the governor has not abandoned those projects. He's trying to ensure that those projects work. Where the concessionaires are not strong enough to push, the state government comes in to meet them halfway, and where they cannot even do anything in spite of the state government backup, we now look at how to maybe even cancel the concession agreement, and then look elsewhere to see that those investment is not a waste. So he is continuing, to ensure that he completes most of the things that he met on ground. He is not, like he often says, he came, he's just drawing a line and move forward, not looking back to say, okay, why did this person do this or that? There is nothing like that. He's just continuing in what he came and met. Look at the library now, for instance. The state library, for over a decade, for about 10 years, nothing was done in it, completely dilapidated, but today it's an international standard you can boast of anywhere. So those few things, for instance, can let you know that this man is not one that comes to say, okay, I want to start my own completely. Let another person not take the glory. He doesn't mind, that he comes to continue from where someone stops. And if you like, the project succeeds and you give the glory to the person that initiated it, he doesn't mind. All that he's interested is let it work and let the people benefit. Absolutely. And let the investment of the state not be wasted.
Absolutely. So in his speech on the 29th, he said the first half is over. So this is the second half. Yes. What are we looking at in the second half? That's going to be about your last but one question. What are we looking at? Second half.
A lot. We are looking at a lot, because a lot of things, a lot of the investment, the foundation that we have laid, the seed that we have planted, most of them are going to come up now. And I want Crossivarians to be very optimistic, because people should not just be looking at, yes, there are difficulties in the economy, but we should not just be very pessimistic and keep talking, oh, these things are too hard, things will be bad, things can never be good and all of that. We don't need that. Just believe that the governor is committed, for the good of the state, and he's doing a lot to attract investment, doing a lot to turn around the economy of the state. We've had federal government bringing the special agro processing zone into Cross River State. We've had the state government trying to push the Bakassi Deep Sea Port project construction level to stage to start anytime soon. So all of this, when it gets functioning, most of them will start functioning from this second half. It may not likely be completed within the second half, but it will get serious, in terms of the construction stage and the things that needs to be done. So I believe all of this will change the narrative, and people that will get about engaging themselves and getting engaged in what is to be done will benefit.
Great. So in 15 seconds, CPS, we'd like you to give your message to Cross Riverians as regards the second year in office to His Excellency. Let's get your parting shot.
Yeah. So I want to tell Cross Riverians that they did not make a mistake in any way by electing Senator Prince Bassey Ededetu as the governor of Cross River State. And so far in the past 2 years of the first 2 years of his administration, I'm sure that he has not disappointed any of us, because there are some roads that in rural areas, like within Calabar South, for instance, that you would think that no government would ever think of them, but they have come to see that a governor promised and a governor has fulfilled his promises, and those promises will be done in other places like that. So I want to assure you that keep faith and know that you made the right choice, and like the governor often say, and some of us often say, follow who know God, because who know God knows the road.
Absolutely. Comrade Nsah Gill is Chief Press Secretary to His Excellency the Governor. Thank you very much for your time on the show on Weekend Politics. We look forward to having you in a few weeks from now.
No problem, anytime.
Okay, so this is where we want to hang it on this interview. We'll have a long lineup on the show this evening, so stay with us. When we are back, we will be talking with Prince Paul Effiong. He is the chairman, Anti-Illegal Mining Committee and Task Force. So let's get to know what has been done in that area. Stay with us. Weekend Politics return shortly. Don't go away.